Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. It's Billy again. Today's video is covering a game called New World, open world MMO. There's an event going on right now called the Winter Convergence Festival, excuse me. And you got to collect these presents all across the map. And I found a whole bunch of them and I marked them on a map. And what I'm going to do today in this video is we're going to walk through that map that I created to try to get as many of those gifts as possible, to turn them in, to get the coins, to buy the resources, or to buy the items that are available exclusively for this event. This event does end on the 25th. I'm a little late to it because I stopped playing the game for a while and now I'm back. So let's get into it and take a look at that map that I've made and find out where these presents are. Alright, so I am currently in Monarchs Bluff. So this is the area where I went through and mapped out all of the points of where these gifts are. So these gifts are either on the ground or they're floating in the air. When they're on the ground, you get, I believe, one gift, and when they're floating in the air, you can get anywhere between 20 and 25 gifts. And if you see here, the Winter Village on the map is where you go to trade in the gifts that you find for the currency that you use. So if we look here, I've got 332 of these winter tokens. I've got 3 of the premium winter tokens, and I currently have 367 presents. So you trade in the presents, and then trading in those presents gets you the winter tokens. And then if you want to trade in the winter tokens, you can get those to get the premium tokens. I believe 10 of these equals one of these, and I believe 10 of these equals one of these. So I want to go ahead and show you the map right quick. All right. So this here is the map that I made. All of the red points that you see on the map are the floating gifts. The map is cut off a little bit. So it's actually further up, but those two, which you can't actually see. Anyway, those are too far up anyway, and I don't think they're really worth going to try to find because they're kind of out of the way. But if you start here in the town and you leave, and there's a pretty good path, I guess you can say, that you can follow. So typically what I do is I come out here to this one, I go around, collect these two, cut across, get this one, jump down, collect, and then it takes me right to the Winter Village. I don't know why that streak is there, but, and then if you wanted to, you can kind of go through the village. When you leave the village, kind of head this way, and then work your way up, collecting these on the ground, pick up these two here that are floating, and then kind of work your way around back to the settlement. These respawn every 30 minutes to an hour or so. I haven't found out the exact time frame, but typically by the time I get back around to the settlement after collecting all of these, they have begun to respawn. So my map is Marima. I don't know, or my server is Marima. I don't know if it's different on any other servers. This is just what I have found on mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a run here and show you where they all are. The best way to access them, in my opinion, is with a musket. You can use a ranged, like a life staff or something like that, but I think the musket gives you a further shot, making it easier to go ahead and hit them. So what we're going to go ahead and do, first thing that you always want to do when you're doing this is collect this here. Whenever you go to any of the towns, this is available, so make sure you collect it. So that gives you 150 event reputation, and these gifts give you event reputation as well when you collect them. So that's another part of why we want to go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and mark the first one. It's going to be somewhere in this general vicinity here. So let's go ahead and head this way to get out. All right, so as you leave Monarchs Bluff, if we head out to the coast here, I've put a mark on it where our first floating present is for our run that we're going to do. So we see right there, it's a little floating. We're just going to go ahead and hop down here. I like to use the musket because it's got some pretty decent range. Let's heal myself first. All right. So we're going to pull out our musket. We're going to aim at it and miss. All right. So we got 25 points for that. So the next spot that we're going to hit is we're going to go ahead and come around to the top of this island, and then we're going to catch the backside right here. There should be one right there. There's also a present on the ground right here in front of us normally. Yep, there it is. And then in this general area, there's about 10 of these gifts that are floating, and those give you 25 rep each. That's 250. And they respawn about every 30 minutes to an hour, give or take. I've heard some people say 30 minutes. I've heard some people say an hour. So I haven't sat down and actually timed it to verify which one it is. But normally by the time I'm done doing my full run of the floating gifts as well as the gifts that are on the ground, they would have respawned. So I want to say probably closer to the hour mark. Some of them might respawn quicker than others, because when I was trying to do this run earlier for the video, that first one was not there, and several of the other ones that we'll be going after were not there either. So hopefully, as we make our way around this island here, they will have spawned. Oops. Bro. Come on now. Why you gotta do me like that? I'm on video right now. Make me look bad. Oh, and I do have to level up my life staff here shortly. Alright, so we're going to go on the outside of this, because I don't want to mess with the portal that's there. And hopefully we'll see something. Ah, there we go. Nice, bright, shiny in front of us. And there should be a second one that'll spawn a little bit further up from us once we get a little closer. Okay. Yep, so there's that second one. We gotta get closer to it. Just not trying to really mess with that portal. I don't know what level it is. Alright, so there is number 2. So if we look here on the map, kind of right about where I put that pin, we hit our second one, and if we see it down a little bit further, we've got our third one. And then after we hit this one, we're going to cut across the island, because I've walked all the way around this island, and there's nothing on the bottom or the back, or I'm sorry, the back side of it. It's all on across the, you're not going to come across any down here. So our next spot, of course, is right here. So that could be problematic where this is located. So hopefully, oh, we got one down here on the ground. Hopefully we can get in here and the portals don't really cause a problem. And I'm not high enough level where I can take these portals on by myself. So we'll see if we can kind of squeeze between them. And then the next one that we're going to hit after that is kind of down in this area here. So hopefully we can kind of squeeze in between here and not have to really worry about the portals. Oh, there's a present right there. Let's go ahead and grab that. And what I recommend while we're doing this, while you're running and doing these, farm while you're at it, right? So get some of this wood. We see that there's some berries right here. Work on your harvesting. You're gonna come across iron. Work on your mining, or whatever they call it. So you're multitasking while you're doing this. You're not just only running around collecting these presents, but you're also, let's see. Normally there's one somewhere in here. I'm wondering if because of the portal that it's not here. Yet usually it's right around there. So we'll see. Usually you would... Oh, there it is. I do see it right off to the right side there. So we're going to go ahead and hit that one, and then we're going to jump down onto the beach. So we see it right there. Grab that one. Now the next one that we're going to see is going to be... it's going to be pretty close to where that is. It's like right here. So hopefully we can get to it. I don't know if that portal location is going to be a problem or not. Hopefully not. But we will see. What I'm going to try to do is go out to the water's edge, and hopefully being in the water's edge won't... There we go. Get out of the corruption. Yep. So we do see that gift right there. So not too far off from my mark. Kind of floating out in the middle of the ocean anyway. Alright. So we've got that one. Now our next one is going to be down here. So we're going to continue to run along the ocean edge without getting too close to that, because we don't want to draw any of those towards us. Alright, perfect. There is our next one, not too far. Actually, this one is not one that I have marked. Oh, so that is a different one that I don't have on my... Let me add this to my list here. So I am... Oh no, that is on there. I just passed it. I just overlooked it on my list. Yeah, so the next one is down where I marked. And all of the enemies in this area are level 7, so they shouldn't be too difficult in case any of them aggro to you. If I can hit any of them. Bro, thank you. There is one part of this where... What level are these dudes? I'm not getting over there. Where some of the enemies are level 24. There's one of these gifts where the enemies are level 24, so I would say you just need to kind of be cautious when you're in that area. But most of these are below level 10, where you won't really have any issues if any of the enemies start attacking you. So we should see that. All right, we can see that gift just past that boat right there in front of us. It's kind of out in the middle of the ocean there. Bro, why you gotta mess with me? Not bothering you. Alright, so now our next one is going to be down over here. So we'll just cut up. We can already see it right there. So we'll just cut straight across. There are some other floating gifts kind of north in Eben scale. Again, that is a much higher level than I am, so I try to stay away from there. But there are some there. Now, our next one's going to be on the back side of this island over here. It's on the back side of one of those boats, so as we get closer, we'll see it. Did I just see one floating? No, I didn't. But up in this area here along this coast, there's some over there. Again, higher level, so I would just say be careful if you want to kind of explore up in that area. But this route that I've got going here seems to be the most reliable. of the presents. Call this my quote-unquote present farm. But you can get, like I said, 10 to 12 of the floating gifts and anywhere between 70 to 100 of the gifts on the ground. You get 5 rep points for the... See, you can see it right there above that boat where the gift is shining. You get 5 rep points from the gifts on the ground, so you can get 500 approximately from the presents that are on the ground, and then another 250 from the presents that are in the air approximately. So, you know, you can get 750 or so for each of these runs, and you need to get to 10,000 to get to the top gift. So there's this one here, or I'm sorry, for the top tier to be able to unlock all the plans and things like that. All right, so we already see that one over there floating out in the middle of the ocean. So, you know, do this grind a couple times a day and you will be able to get those top rewards. There are 4 quests associated with the event itself where you have to go to different caves and fight some yetis. I can tell you the last 2, you'll want to make sure that you are level 60 yourself or have somebody who's level 60 to help you. I have found one here one time. We're going to walk through here and see if we can happen to locate it. It might be... So from what I hear, some of these spawn statically, which means they always spawn in the same location, which are the ones that I just showed you. And some of them spawn dynamically, which means it can be anywhere in a given area on the map. So the first time that I found these, kind of where that peak is right there, where I just shot, there was one floating there before, but I haven't seen one since then, so that might be one of the dynamic ones. This area here that I'm walking in, this is level 20 or 24, something like that, so you definitely want to make sure you are careful when walking through here. Either A, walk quickly so they don't stop you and attack you, or B, you know, if you have to fight them, then you got to fight them. Yeah, so level 24. So I am level 28, but I'm also a healer, so I don't do a whole lot of damage. I mean, I could switch to my hatchet, which would be able to do more damage than my life staff, and I only use really my musket for hunting and collecting these gifts. I don't really use them for anything else, so it doesn't have a lot of... It's not really built into a whole lot. Yeah, so usually, like I said, the one that I saw was floating right here in this general area. I don't see it, so I don't believe it was one of the ones that always populate. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head towards our winter village. And then that's kind of the end, quote-unquote, of the floating present farm. Once I get to an area that's safer over towards this village here, I will show you the route to follow on the presence on the ground. And by the time you're done with the presence on the ground, the presence in the air should have respawned. And then you can go through the process all over again. And like I said, you can get... So if you can get like 750 presents per hour, we'll call it 650 to 750 per hour, then you should be able to get the maxed out reputation in no time. And then I'll show you what to do once we get over here to our winter village, what to do with the resources, how to purchase your stuff, all that fun jazz. Alright, so this is our winter village. There are several winter villages across the map. Each of the winter villages does have the Yeti with this little gift bag next to him. I guess it's once a day that you can get a gift out of this bag. I already got a gift out of it, so I'm not going to be able to. But if we look here and we go to these... Something shooting at me? How are you shooting at me, bro? You're not supposed to be able to attack in here. Alright. So if we go to the Holiday Hut, we can trade in 3 of these recovered presents equals 1 winter token. So I can get 96 of those. Alright, so if we continue here, we can trade in and get premium winter tokens, or we can go the reverse. We can get 25 winter tokens from these premium tokens. The premium tokens I got from completing the Yeti runs for the quests. You can also trade in 25 of the winter tokens to get the premium tokens. So what do you say you use these tokens for? Well, if we talk to Mr. Yeti here, go to the shop, these are the different things that we can purchase here, right? So I'm at 8,060 reputation. My goal is to get to 10,000, and I unlock 71 new items. So you can get these right here, give you boosts for 25 minutes. All right, so we've got Constitution, we've got Focus, we've got Strength, Dexterity, and Intelligence. So if you buy those, it'll increase for 25 minutes. Then you can buy these different weapons here, and then different armors. And then when you get to the bottom, you use the premium tokens for these items for your house, right? So then same thing as we go down here, we've got weapons, we've got armor, and then we've got housing items. And then Joybringer, again, this is a stage that I've unlocked so far. Again, we've got weapons, we've got armor, then we've got housing items. And then down here, this is what I really want to get, because this is kind of like the ultimate item. I believe this is a skin. You got an emote, and you got a little toy rabbit. But then we've got down here, you've got the actual plans that you can craft the weapons that you can unlock. So, and same thing with the armor. So that's really why, and they're only 1. It only costs you 1 token. So this is what I really want to be able to get, because I will be able to craft all of the items that I want between the weapons and the armor. So then that will allow me to purchase these items here that I can have for my house. So that's kind of the goal of completing this event. As you do the events that the Yeti, or the quests that the Yeti gives you, you get a bunch of the reputation. And then running through this farm, so let me pull this up. Up here at the top, on these 2 areas, there are 2 of them that are up there. But again, what you'll want to do is you leave the settlement, you'll head here off the coast, you'll run around the backside, you'll cut across the middle, work your way back down, and then you'll work your way to the village. You'll trade your stuff in, and then you can kind of make a loop through here, around, and then back down, and then teleport to the village, and then, you know, work through that again. However you feel that you want to do it, you know, that's entirely up to you. But like I said, while you're doing these, you can see here that there's different items that you can harvest. There's plenty of wood, there's plenty of iron, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do while you're on this run. So hopefully that was helpful for you. Hopefully that gave you some information to help grind this. It ends on the 25th. You know, I'm sorry, unfortunately I'm late to the party here to get this. But even, you know, once you hit that 10,000, you can still keep grinding this to get those rewards, to be able to trade them in to purchase whatever it is that you want. Because these bottom 3 right here, these are 10 per. I don't think I'll get the emote, but I definitely want to get this. That costs 25 of the winter tokens alone. And you see, I've got 606 right now. So you just want to keep grinding, keep grinding. These floating presents give you between 20 and 25 of the items, and then the blue dots, those give you 1 each. So you'll probably get 100 to 150 presents from this run, and then like I said, you'll get about 700, between 700 and 800 rep as you're completing this run as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would, drop a like. If you would subscribe to the channel. If you could leave a comment, let me know. You know, if you got any questions, comments, or concerns, I would greatly appreciate the feedback. Hopefully that was helpful for you, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a blessed day.